Today we are going to interview Mr. Arun, Chief Executive of Audi Coimbatore and Madurai. So come, let us talk to him and get more insights about his experience. Good morning, Mr. Arun.
Good morning, Santosh.
Hope you're doing good today.
I'm absolutely fine. I'm doing very great. Yeah.
Great. So tell us about yourself, Mr. Arun.
So first of all, thank you so much, Santosh. Meeting you in the morning with mood full of energy, and I thank CAD TV for being here. I'm so honored. Thank you. So about myself, um, I started my schooling in Coimbatore, Santosh.
Okay.
Kamal Garden was my school. I feel so so grateful in that particular school, and it's really wonderful, nice experience.
Okay.
I have lots and lots of friends still connected with us, and still the nostalgic moments. My school, my canteen, my playground.
Okay.
It's really it's very memorable for me.
Okay.
Always school life is really interesting, right?
Understand.
And then next, I've done my graduation in Sri Nehru Mahavidyalaya. It's in
Okay.
Malmichumati in Coimbatore.
Okay.
Post that, I got an opportunity to work for a company in a pharma background.
Okay.
So for some time, I was in the pharma company, and subsequently, my interest and passion was towards automotive. So
Okay.
I do keep street racing, bike racing.
Okay.
Yamaha was my favorite. Then
Okay.
I got a two-wheeler, Suzuki Shogun and the Shaolin with 5-speed gearbox. Then again moved into RX-5 135. See, automobile was my real passion into it. So then one certain part I've decided, like, why can't we get into something what you like a lot? So
Okay.
I felt I'm a sales guy purely.
Okay.
So even though I got little bit of administrative background, and I'm purely a sales guy, so I felt that why can't we sell a car?
Okay.
So I've joined the General Motors for selling Opel Corsa, Opel Astra Club. Opel Vectra was the luxury car that time.
Okay.
So my journey was till until 2005. Then 2005 I left to Oman to work for South Bhavan Automotive. Almost 8.5 years I was there in that particular company. Then since Coimbatore is my hometown, and I've decided to come back, my children were grown, so I've got to come back in Coimbatore, join in the this particular dealership for Audi Coimbatore and Madurai. We have the dealership of Harley Davidson too.
Wow.
And about this, my company, like it is my company. Like I have the freedom of taking care of the entire business operations. We belong to KPR Mill Limited. So I
Okay.
really thank at this gesture my KPR Mill chairman, Mr. KP Ramaswamy, my executive director, Mr. CR Anandakrishnan,
Wow.
who gave me opportunity for this particular company, and I'm so happy that I've been associated with this Audi as a brand.
Okay.
And I really love this brand a lot because it has great inspirations in life, great evolution from almost more than 100 years of experience.
Okay.
And I think since the conversation going on, we are going to talk more about the business aspects. Definitely, I want to share my important things about my personal life because it's very honor. Like I want to honor my family because they are the backbone and support for my business and my career. Like
Good.
if you talk about my wife, and she is an entrepreneur too, and she do take care of couple of businesses.
Okay.
She is into dry fruit wholesale, and she has a restaurant in Coimbatore, and she manages family as well as the business.
Okay.
And I have a son who have completed the masters in engineering
Okay.
in structural background. My elder daughter completed a graduation, and she is in a family way.
Okay.
I have a grandson and a granddaughter. The last one, Rakshana, she recently joined in psychology
Okay.
after completing a 12th grade. So this is my family, and if you ask about what are their hobbies,
Mm-hmm.
my hobbies are reading books.
Okay.
One of the great book is like What Got You Here Will Not Take You There, Marshall Goldsmith's.
Okay.
Good to Great.
Mhm.
That is also I like that book a lot. I'm not a bookworm, but still
Okay.
I read good books wherever the content is required.
Okay.
And the other is I love Ilayaraja music. Like
Okay.
I
Mhm.
listen to
Great
Ilayaraja
fan of
whenever-
Ilayaraja
yeah,
music.
Yeah, I like this music a lot, and I do play golf.
Okay.
and I watch cricket obviously, and I like volleyball also. So
Okay.
these are a couple of my sports activities, and apart from that, my skill is to I don't judge people a lot. You know, I always like a word called communion. Communion is something like creating trust and intimacy between people. That word I really like. I'm trying to develop that particular skill within me.
Okay.
And I love to listen a lot. Now, so many years as a sales guy, I spoke a lot. Now I'm practicing how to listen to people, which is very tough job in life.
Okay.
But in today's world, people are very busy in their normal life, and they want to give directions and things. But there are very less people to listen.
Okay.
Not only listen to things, listen to people's problem.
Okay.
So that is something which is I'm practicing, and I always unlearn certain things much faster.
Okay.
That do mean call. I don't take away things, but keep parked somewhere outside. Maybe it might be useful. Always need little space for new learning. I love a word called lifelong learning. Then if you ask me, I don't keep stress in my life.
Okay.
I remove a word called stress because I never allow. I don't believe to near me.
Okay.
The reason is stress is something that we believed. Take about my grandfather and my father. They don't know what is the meaning of stress. If they feel stressed, they go relax something, and they are back to normal life.
Okay.
But we create that word called stress in our life and keep ourselves accumulated that particular word
Okay.
and believe in that is going to rule us. No, I don't allow us that because I don't believe in a word called stress.
Okay.
And then another important aspect is I love to know more people. Networking is something very important, which I thought. And the last word I want to say about the skill set is I want to help people a lot. That is not only on financial aspect, whatever is possible. I want to help in businesses, help in connect, help in doing something for people. So that is something on the skill set. And if you ask about what is my future ambition, I want to create more leaders. That is my. What do you mean by more leaders? See, a leadership quality is to create more leaders. It is not only retaining themselves.
Yes.
So it is all about sharing experience. I do mentoring for certain. I have almost done around 20-25 colleges for students about mentoring, about my experiences in life.
Okay.
So it's not about specific topic. It's all about my personal life sharing for them so how a person can evolve, or certain kind of inputs. It will really help the students to go and acquire in the life.
Okay.
So that is something I've already done between 20 to 25 colleges. And apart from that, I'm currently undergoing a course called coaching.
Okay.
Coaching is nothing but it is like similar to mentoring, a kind of therapy, counseling, or consulting. It is a new term. It is not a new term. It is coaching exists almost 35 years.
Okay.
Coaching is something mirroring people and bringing out the unconscious potential of people.
Oh.
So I'm under the certification of that. We are almost 10 members in the city forming a chapter. We are going to help the business community as well as the life coaching. So any people who can come with problem or the progress, both.
Okay.
We are attending both personal as well as professional.
Okay.
So this is to listen a lot and help people, and we will just hold a mirror in front of you.
Okay.
We don't give suggestions and ideas, but humans have more potential than anyone else. That is why so many creations happen.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
no?
Yeah.
God has given that potential other than the other living beings in this world.
Okay.
So in human there are so many unconscious potential. When we will try to understand each other and try to understand what are the unconscious potential.
Okay.
And self-realization makes things do better.
Oh wow.
Then that becomes a habit.
Mm-hmm.
Then that becomes existence, and there is an aha wow moment for the particular people to do that particular activity.
Okay.
So that is something which that is my future ambition. I want to create more leaders
Okay.
in the society.
Wow.
So I think that's it. I think it's a little lengthier, but I wish to do this because you should know what you're doing.
I understand, understand. It was great to hear. We can see the different facets of your life, which you have explained us. And it was shocking to hear that you have a son of who has completed his master's, because you look much younger than what you said. Okay, so let's go on to the next question. So, what do you think is an important to an organization? I mean that what is the department is
Okay.
important to an organization?
See, as usual, any person will say that all departments are equally important for them to play respective roles on the organizational development. I do call teamwork is the biggest department. So that is very important in an organization. If you could classify, in my experience, obviously you will have a CRM department who takes care of your customers and clientels, focus
Okay.
on customer. Then your accounts and finance. Then your sales, obviously, which will be they are the spearheads in the organization.
Okay.
And next will be your human resources department and administration on the operations, operational department. So if you could see overall, all the departments are very essential. But an organization, if an organization has to function well, your finance and accounts has to be very strong.
Okay. Mm.
And every entrepreneur has to be a finance manager.
Okay.
They should know finance,
Mhm.
how to manage funds, how to proportionately utilize your funds. The most important crux of your business is managing this.
Okay.
I do classify in that finance and accounts, like your finance, your account and audit. It's very important in an
Mhm.
organization. If you're able to manage this well, obviously you will focus, you will keep your sales in the front, supported by CRM, marketing, and obviously the strength of the organization is of the human resources.
Okay.
So I do personally say that every entrepreneur or a businessman should know to make his balance sheet.
Mm-hmm.
That
Right.
much knowledge, and it is very easy for making a balance sheet.
Okay.
And if they are able to do that, if they see the balance sheet rightly and properly plan their businesses,
Okay.
I think failure is far away from the business.
Okay. Okay. No, yeah.
It's very imperative. I think it's very important to be a finance manager.
Mhm.
Finance guy, an entrepreneur or a business owner should be a finance manager.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Great. So it's really an eye opener for all the entrepreneurs who are watching this video. So, what do you think it is your expertise in human resources?
So, very beautiful question. Like, I do believe in a word called only people can make an organization better. Yeah, right. See, I have got a freedom of taking care of this business because my MD has given all the powers for running this business in the right way. So, same way, I need to delegate the responsibility to people. See, catching up responsibility, it's very what do you call? That will not give the freedom hands for the people to work. See, people misunderstand between accountability and responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Accountability is function oriented. Responsibility is process oriented. What are the
Okay.
processes that is being responsible?
Mm-hmm.
Responsibility oriented. See,
Okay.
you need to share responsibility and own accountable on that particular aspect. See, example, I am accountable for the well-being of this organization by means of finance, profit, and goodness of this organization. So I have to accountable. But
Mhm.
processes I can share, responsibility can be shared,
Okay.
but accountability has to be owned.
Mm-hmm.
I should own the accountability.
Okay.
So every employee should understand that. So HR, the human resources is a very important asset. If you talk about our company, we have more than 25,000 employees.
Okay.
Our company is like Janvi Motor Private Limited. We belong to the automotive company. Whereas we have the KPR Mill Limited. My chairman is, it's a large textile integrated facility.
Okay.
And if you see, my chairman is like a father for the entire children's day.
Okay.
I mean, they do call, why do we call employees as children? Even I do call him as a father, because he's like a mentor for all of us. So he take care of everything, like but the employees who's working the organization can study
Mhm.
on their part-time in the evening.
Okay.
So they have coaching centers, we have an IAS academy, we have the people who are working in the underprivileged students, who cannot afford to study, go to school, and they have happened to work. They can work as well as study, and people have gone into various departments after joining here.
Okay.
So that is a kind of scenario that importance that we give for the human resources. And here all we behave like a family, like whatever the time we are work, and I know each and every family members of my employees, my colleagues.
Okay.
Say example, Jay Kumar, Yahivi is a daughter, Russia is a wife, and he's the used car manager. We meet often and we know each other. This family bonding is very important because there are a great set of values are very important.
Okay.
When we all work as a family, we own the accountability part. So many of us share responsibility. We take care of the responsibility part. Processes are right, but accountability part is something missing. Think about everyone does business for what? Profitability, right? So profitability has to be accountable.
Yes.
That we have to own. Every single person in this organization has to be accountable for the well-being and development and profitability of this organization.
Yes. Great.
So that is something very important. So we do take care of very good measures for the taking care of the employee welfare, apart from the bonuses, incentives, salaries, and all those parts. Yes, that every company can do. So what else different that you're doing for the organization? For the employees, is like we gel like family, and more importantly, every Saturday we have interactive sessions for the people.
Okay.
They will have a kind of a different outline on the regular today. Like 5 days they work in an organization. 6th day they'll get evening post noon session. We have a little bit of relaxation.
Okay.
Sunday they go home, take care of the family, and finally Monday again they come back to the work and they put all their fullest potential for their the businesses. And how we often meet in trips, we often meet in family, we get together, go to movies as a family, as the entire members. So that is a kind of thing, and we give more kind of development aspects on the career. So we give career mapping for them. If an employee get an opportunity, we voluntarily give them an opportunity to grow.
Okay.
For them. If the employee want to start his own business, we give ideas for them, like do that.
Okay.
There is so many employee alumni community of this organization. Still we are connected. Almost 90% of left employees are still connected with this organization.
Great.
And indirectly they are supporting the organization. They do call us for references. Sir, this customer is buying an Audi. Why can't you come and give a test drive? Sir, this is something I can support you. For your information, recent we have an audit. An employee left 6 months before is coming and working in the organization for the audit.
Okay. Great.
We have an internal audit every year happens. So she comes and does the internal audit.
Okay.
So that is the kind of relationship that we have. See, we believe in the human resources.
Okay, great. So in the context of human resource, we discussed and we learned more about it from your expertise. In that we have a small clarification. Today, a lot of companies, corporates are implementing different recruitment strategies and methodologies. Like one of the main recruitment strategy they're using psychological assessments like Harrison's and different types of things. So what do you think? Because in India there are different companies who has proven and well established, but they haven't followed certain methodologies or recruitment process. So what do you think it is important?
See, primarily what do we do analysis? We have a one-to-one personal assessment. We have group discussion, and we have various psychometric tests. We can Hogan disc profiling, Hogan assessment. We also have an internal assessment tool, similar to the psychometric. So it comes with 7 attributes. So every member has to attend this. It's a maximum of 1,000 marks, 700 plus, I think, the categories, and they give various attributes. It is not that we don't neglect people by only means of the psychometric analysis or the marks. We give human values also important. In that we'll give importance, like we look into 3 attributes of an individual. Number 1 is attitude, skill and knowledge. We give 50% weightage to the attitude of a person, 25% to skill and 25% to knowledge. So this is how we structure our organization. We have never been failed so far. It has been successfully running. We give people, it is not about experience, inexperience, or they have the higher qualification or lower qualification. Primarily we construct into this triangle, and obviously all the other parameters are the adjoining parameters for them to get qualified for the next level. So primarily on these levels, and we also do kind of a psychometric test for them. Little bit of disc profiling. Disc is something we do share with them, and we understand about the people individual. We'll try to improvise and say that this particular character is required for administrative role, this is something for the sales role. So based on which we profile and choose the organization, employees for the organization.
Okay, okay. So do you think value system is important to an organization? If so, what is your value system in your organization?
See, for me, I think life values are, you can write down so many things in life, right? So human values, an organization doesn't refer.
Okay.
I do feel there are so many similarities of the organizational values as well as human values. So let me explain a little bit about the human values. I think one of the best value I would like is happiness, integrity.
Okay.
And if you call about these, there are so many value systems in life, like your prosperity, sincerity, and if you call about one of the core values, happiness. So
Okay.
how this has been resonating with the organizational values is, so our value system is like the more important value is recognize people within the organization.
Okay.
We give highest preference for the people who contributes and lives here. One of my service advisor has been the general manager service now.
Okay.
The first employee in the organization who was patiently waiting, who came as a trainee executive, trainee technician, and he is the body shop manager now. So we give recognition. See, our office boy has been converted into a technical person now. He came as an office assistant.
Okay.
With a 12th grade pass. We encouraged him to study his further course.
Okay.
He completed a graduation. We given him a 6 months free of course for technical course for body shop.
Okay.
In Mumbai. Paying stay, everything, and we taken care of his family and salary. So this person Murthy, he worked there for 6 months, got expertise. Now he is coming and contributing for this company.
Wow.
So personally, tomorrow maybe in future he want to start his own business. He had his everything in his life.
Okay.
So we develop people. That is something very important. So these are the, I would call as a value system rather than having certain values being described. One of the, I do love BNI because I'm a proud BNI member from Admirals chapter, like we are the mother chapter here. There are 7 core values which has been imbibed in my heart.
Okay.
I can copy paste those in my company values. One is givers gain. You help people, what goes around comes around. You help people and the help automatically, because I do help people. There are situations where really I'm telling a customer who has an aspiration to buy but he can't afford to buy his EMI. We purely suggested, so please buy a used car. And this is not the right time for you to buy. Come back, we'll get that car and get you the new car. And he's an old guy and his purpose is not required for him to buy a new car. So we didn't want to get the money and give him the car. It is not an affordability point. It is about the utility point. Whether he can pay that EMI, why you want to spend so much of EMI but the purpose is smaller. So we directed him, he took a used car.
Okay.
A pre-owned car. And we rightly suggested, this customer said, Arun, I am the customer for Audi for life.
Okay.
Because we saved around 35 lakhs of investment, which is not necessary for him to.
Yes.
And that he clearly said, my purpose is not that.
Okay.
So this is something very important in an organization.
Okay. Okay. Great.
And that is another important value. So what goes around, what comes around. So there are many core values for us in the organization.
Okay. Great. Great. So how do you manage this 2020? And what is the scenario for the business people or industries for this 2020?
It's a nice question. I think a very challenging question. Everyone knows that market is not that great. Our challenges are to face the healthcare rather than the businesses, but still families are very important. People have so much of commitment in their loan, families. So whatever they had right now and they were managing with their savings as of now businesses has to grow. And we can say that we are the one among the company or the only company we never reduced manpower.
Okay.
We never reduced the salaries. We are given the bonuses. And we are given all incentives, still incentives are applicable in this organization.
Okay.
that is why we felt like when you said human resources, we give every single importance for my employees' well-being.
Okay.
I'm so happy and thankful to the management, Mr. K.P. Ramasamy and his son, Mr. C.R. Andakrishan, who had given us the comfort of taking care of his employees even these situations.
Okay.
And that is the biggest strength of us. So what I do call is, we want to face this particular situation with pride. So my team is fighting in the market because they know they want to contribute for this organization, because we have retained them and we have given all the support for them financially for the people to go and win.
Okay.
That is the biggest strength. So we need to take care of the employees in this COVID. That is something we have done in this COVID. Second important thing is, we felt we shortened our future plans onto monthly goals.
Okay.
So instead of looking at 1 year plan, 6 months plan, instead of quarter plan, let us work on a monthly plan.
Okay.
So what is available for the month? Who is the target segment?
Okay.
Which segment has been the business? We have beautifully executed that part. And then third important part is, we do believe our customers for life. This word I really love in my life, like customers for life. Once you give the wonderful experience for the customers throughout your services, he is going to be a brand ambassador. So all my existing customers are supporting in this COVID situation.
Okay.
By means of servicing cars, by means of giving referrals,
Okay.
by means of taking care of this brand in the right way,
Okay.
repurchases. So all these are purely based of your existing clients. And the last one is, I should not forget BNI. In this COVID situation, networking is very important in life, because more than 70% of business happens through referrals.
Yes.
So my BNI, every month I'm getting business. Recent success story was like, one of my team was negotiating with the customer.
Okay.
It happened like he was about to lose to competition.
Okay.
And they want to walk away. And suddenly they saw a similar kind of a BNI logo.
Okay.
And they were asking, sir, are you in BNI? Yeah, I'm in a BNI. So my chief executive officer, Arun, is also in BNI. They put a call. We called the executive director. The connection had happened.
Okay.
And the trust and intimacy done. Confidence from the executive director for the region. Within 1 hour, the customer paid the booking advance, and 3 days the car got delivered.
Wow.
A BNI logo can say an Audi car.
Great.
So that is something supporting in the COVID situation. Identifying the customer. I would have been lost that particular client. Recent, 3 days before, a success story is like, my executive director for this region, he introduced a person called Udayappan from Salem.
Okay.
He just given me a lead of MG to connect for his land proposal in Salem. So we were telling that Deena was a CEO, so they were so during the conversation we networked each other. We found out that we are good friends.
Okay.
And say he knows my MD a lot, so we said hi bye, and we found out a good relationship with him. You know what had happened when we were handling a customer in Salem, Mr. Mohan, Obli Granites.
Okay.
While undergoing a test, we found out that his close friend is a BNI member. That is Udayappan.
Okay.
So immediately I called Udayappan and said, sir, he is my friend. So the bigger bond happened. Udayappan said, see, Arun is the CEO. He can give you the best services and support. Go and do your business.
Okay.
We exchanged his whole CRB. We taken the car. Deal got completed. Saturday he came here. He agreed to finalize the color and all. Next week the car is getting delivered. That's the power of networking. So referral is something very important. So these are the following aspects we are encountering. See, we are not afraid of this market scenario. Still, we are very confident that we will do businesses. There are avenues in the market how to do businesses. Why we need to do this? Yes, of course, there are a long market, a large market is available for us, and the employees are there, and we need to survive, and we need to excel from that situation. So we need to fight COVID. So we are COVID warriors.
Yes.
Like doctors are the COVID warriors, and you are the COVID warrior as a business person. And I am a COVID warrior as a business person. We are fighting out this nation to come out of this financial crisis. So we are contributing to the organization. We are contributing to the region, society, and the country.
Great. it was good to hear that networking gives us a lot of inputs and a lot of connections as well. So hope this will be useful for the viewers and especially the entrepreneurs. So what would be your advice or suggestions for the new and budding entrepreneurs in these COVID situations?
See, new budding entrepreneurs, please believe in no, what do you call, your early bird. That is very, very important. So, I learned a beautiful lesson from my chairman. You know, every Monday he kickstarts his factory by 3 a.m. in the morning. He visits, because mine is 24-hour shift in the factory.
Okay.
Works. So every 24, the alternatively 3 shifts the factory works. A man of success, a man of dignity, he starts his office by 3 a.m. in the morning.
Wow.
He reaches factory by 3:30.
Okay.
He walks 3-4 kilometers because the factory size is bigger. So he walks early morning. He sees each and every corner of the factory, from restrooms to the production unit to the delivery unit to the hostels people stay,
Okay.
even the kitchen, how the food is getting prepared. With all the checkup, then he comes to the regular routine of life. Every Monday he does this.
Okay.
So I asked him a question like, what is this, sir? Why it is on Monday? What is the purpose of doing that too early morning? He said, Arun, if you could kickstart your Monday right, the whole week productivity is good.
Okay.
It's a beautiful word, right?
That's really inspiring.
So that is why I got really inspired about Bain. Every day, every week, one day, that is our Tuesday's chapter. We kickstart our business by 7:30.
Okay.
And you know the kind of freshness, kind of, you know, please take ownership. Accountability is something very important. Early bird is something about. Get up early, kickstart your businesses, and be a good finance manager. Carry all your values in your life. Keep your human resources intact. And with all these things, a budding entrepreneur can be a successful entrepreneur, more profitability and more development in their life.
Great. Thanks, Mr. Arun, for your thoughtful and wonderful your experiences and your inputs which you have given us. So this will hopefully would really be helpful for a lot of entrepreneurs and business people. So we thank you with our whole heart. Thank you, Mr. Arun.
Thank you, Santosh, for yourself personally, and I'm so delighted in this morning, you know, talking to you about my experiences, and I have a beautiful memory in my thought process now. I feel more energetic. I have to go and do something outside. So thank you for giving me that enlightenment in the current discussion so far, and I also thank the CARE TV for this arranging for this particular interaction. And good luck, all the entrepreneurs, all the business people, and all the students. I love India. Jai Hind. Thank you so much.
Thank you.